costs are rising, margins are shrinking, and most Amazon sellers are working harder than ever while profits keep falling. But what if I told you that there is a hidden AI unlock that could flip the script and almost no one is talking about it? Today, I'm breaking down an article by Danny McMillan from Seller Sessions. Danny's been spearheading some of the most important thought leadership in the Amazon space, digging into what's really shaping seller strategy. And in one of his most recent articles, he introduces MCPs, Model Context Protocols. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. By the end of this video, you'll understand what MCPs are, why they're different from prompts and more traditional automations, and how they could give you a 1 to 2 year head start over your competitors. But if you ignore this, you'll keep drowning in busy work, your margins will continue to erode, and your competitors will be quietly building systems that will make them unstoppable. Lucky for you, you're watching this video, which means that you are ahead of the curve and you can make sure that doesn't happen, but only if you keep watching and take action. And if all of this feels overwhelming, don't worry, just reach out. I have a really big network and I will make sure that you get the help you need. Most sellers and really business owners of any shape and size feel like they're juggling fire between keeping up with the latest Amazon updates, to PPC reports, to the latest marketing trends, to supplier emails and inventory headaches. It's a lot. So in this video, I am going to be giving you some very simple action steps that you can take with me right here, right now, to begin to take control of that chaos. So your first action step to begin taking control of the chaos is to write down the 3 things that you do every week that are either the biggest time suck, waste of time, or you just dread doing it. Those repetitive tasks are the perfect place where we can find leverage with MCPs. Plus, you can amplify this by having every single team member in your organization make their own list. In fact, you could even just pause this video for a moment to go ahead and make that list. Every seller I know dreams of offloading the grunt work without losing control. The problem is that traditional tools and even more modern AI solutions oftentimes still can't cut it. Prompts can be really limited and are still quite manual. Automations are very rigid and only work well in predictable environments. And when something changes, they break. And of course, AI, when left to its own devices, hallucinate. It makes confident sounding mistakes that could cause major problems in your business. And this is the tension that many sellers are stuck in right now. You know that you need to be tapping into the power of AI. However, so many times when you try to do so, the results are underwhelming or just end up making a bigger mess than what you were left with in the first place. But this is where MCPs are different. As Danny explains it, Model Context Protocol, or MCP, is an open standard. So think of it as the USB-C port for AI applications. Instead of fragile prompts or brittle automations, MCPs are built for context and they ground your AI in your business data, which Danny notes can considerably boost reliability. But here is really the key. MCPs are designed with a concept that Danny explains as human in the loop. That means that the system, the computer, handles speed, scale, analysis, while you stay in control of judgment calls. And that is the major unlock. It is not humans versus AI. It is humans and AI working together, each doing what they do best. And this reminds me of when I was in the early days of starting Marketing by Emma and building out all of our SOPs and trying to figure out how to create automations and getting so overwhelmed and frustrated when trying to build out these really complex Zapier automations because there were so many different contextual scenarios that it was really a question of, is it even worthwhile to invest all of this time into creating a really complex automation that still requires so many human touch points and is also really limited because it is not allowing the computer to do what it does best, to minimize mistakes, to increase speed, and simultaneously for allowing humans to bring in their creativity, their judgment, and their expertise to really create a beautiful synergy. And that is why I am so excited about this concept and why I really wish that they were around back in the day, but AI was not accessible to the average business owner back then. So the goal is not to let computers run wild and to just operate your whole business without you. It's to design systems where humans provide strategy and oversight and computers can handle a lot of the heavy lifting. That's why MCPs are so exciting and could really create a massive shift in your business. So what can you actually use MCPs for today? Here are some practical starting points. 1, PPC and sales analysis. If you're already tracking campaign or sales data in Google Sheets, MCPs let AI pull that data directly and highlight wasted spend, keyword trends, or unusual performance shifts. Number 2, inventory forecasting. Got your past sales and supplier lead times in a sheet? AI can scan it and flag patterns like when you're heading toward a stock out. Number 3, customer service support. Connect Gmail and MCPs allow AI to summarize incoming messages, draft suggested replies, or surface recurring issues. You stay in control, it just cuts the busy work. Example 4, catalog content creation. Store your product data in Sheets or Notion and AI can use that context to draft bullets, A+ content copy, or even test variations based on your actual listings. And the tools, you don't need anything exotic, just an MCP-enabled AI platform like Anthropic or OpenAI, plus the apps you're already using, Sheets, Gmail, Notion, etc. The key is to start small, pick one repetitive, low-risk workflow, prove the value, and then expand. So action step number 2, look back at that list of the 3 items that you wrote down earlier and choose one to create your own MCP for. That could be the one that you dread the most, the one that takes the most time, or even just the one that feels like the lowest hanging fruit. Then go and put that on your to-do list right this very minute and commit to completing that by the end of the week. It's so easy when you're learning about something new to say, that seems really cool, but that is a future me problem. I don't want to deal with that right now. And I really implore you to just rip the Band-Aid on these and start beginning to see the impact that they can have on your business. And the easiest way to do that is to just choose one task and get it done. Now, remember those rising costs and shrinking margins? This is how you start fighting back. Big brands have massive teams. Smaller sellers, you are outnumbered. But Danny makes it clear that is not necessarily a disadvantage anymore. Small sellers and agencies with talented teams can now compete more effectively as MCPs allow each team member to be 10 times more productive. The larger the business is, the slower they are to change their processes. And so small businesses really have a huge opportunity here to put your ability to be nimble, to just blow past your competitors when it comes to efficiency. So action step number 3, so you make sure that this isn't just a great idea, but a core practice that you integrate into your business, is once a week, whether that's Friday when you are reviewing everything that happened or when you sit down to plan the next week, is to ask yourself, What is one task that I could offload or simplify? That's how you start spotting MCP opportunities, and you just start making those strides to create a bigger and bigger gap between your competitors and you. And as I've mentioned, if you're stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't stay stuck. Reach out. We know a lot of people, and we will make sure that you get the help you need to get unstuck ASAP. Now, if you think that this takes weeks of coding or is going to be a really complex task that is going to take far too much time, think again. Danny tells us that setup reality is 15 to 30 minutes for most MCPs. That is shorter than what it often takes to write down an SOP and then teach that to a team member. So these are not overly complicated. These don't have to be super time consuming, which means that you have zero excuses when it comes to taking action. Because the reality is that is less time than creating some new A+ content. And the safest way to start is if you are feeling like, oh, I don't know that I want to give AI access to all these things, you can set it as read only so that you can prove the ROI and scale step by step and just do it at a pace that you feel comfortable with. The sellers who thrive in tough times aren't the ones that are chasing every shiny tool. They're the ones that are building smarter systems that really understand that the way to grow a business that lasts is by investing in those foundational practices that most businesses ignore or avoid. Danny's research shows us how MCPs can do exactly that, and I highly recommend that you go and read the full article because not only does it include a lot more information, but Danny also peels back the curtains to show us how he is using MCPs to make all of his businesses more efficient. It's really interesting. It has a lot of valuable data, and it is linked in the description below. Do not wait until everybody catches up. If you are watching this video, then that means you have an advantage, but not necessarily for long. Remember, prompts are limited, automations are rigid and brittle and complicated, but MCPs allow for humans and AI to work together in a way that can truly expedite your growth to new heights. But we're talking about the systems here, and that's not the only area where things are changing tremendously. How customers find products is undergoing a radical transformation. The search bar is dying, and if you're not ready, you'll disappear from discovery entirely. Don't let that happen by watching the video that's showing up right here. Your business depends on it. I better see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.